Deputy Speaker, the issue that confronts our nation of the loss of life of citizens is a huge, huge problem. We see people on the countryside, we see people on the roads of our nation, vehicles that are not roadworthy, killing them in scores, in tens, in very big numbers. On the countryside, farmers and workers are losing their lives. It's reducing food production. It's affecting the security and the psyche of the people as a whole. In the townships, levels of alcoholism and all of that. This is a very serious problem that we're faced with. Part of it, the outgrowths of the old order, and we need to pull the nation together, to think together and to work together. In the process of all of this, we have to be extremely cautious because there are extremist elements in our society who take advantage of the difficulties we are faced with and use this to create a state of anarchy in which everybody is terrified of else because they want to destroy the revolutionary process of uniting South Africans, of working to create an atmosphere in which we can raise the levels of living of the people. I make this point, not so long ago, we saw how a small group calling itself the BLF went to the homes of journalists, went to the courts, and when some of us were holding press conferences, attacked us to try and create the impression that it is a color issue. Yesterday, workers and farmers in Klapmuts, and I say this advisedly because I spoke to Skalk Burgers Sr., who's an old friend, used to be a Springbok, who said, I'm unable to go there, but my workers whose homes have been burned, who have been attacked, have been released to go there. And all of the people that were Klapmuts, a mixture, the people that were saying enough is enough, workers, farmers, the lot, went there. And they knelt and prayed and all the things, and they had gone to the police and asked for permission to move and march to the stadium. And they did that within the law. Not like the BLF that used to go to the homes of people without asking for permission.
Yeah, Honorable Court,
I want to say, I must say that the tragedy is the photos with the flags, Mr. Minister, it has now, the people that are on those photos have now come forward and phoned to say that I was not there yesterday. Those are old photos. They are ready to make affidavits.
Your time has expired.
To say this and so on. And the tragedy is that thing was posted by the police first. They were posted by the police first. And now we have to say...
No, Honorable Lukota. Don't insist, Honorable Lukota, no matter how you feel about this. Honorable Minister of Police.
We experienced yesterday, dealt a blow to the facade that we have a common purpose as South Africans. The lawlessness, racist insurgency by hood-rat racists who hijacked a serious civic topic for insurgency agenda was open for all to see. Rural safety is a very important matter, and crime levels in rural towns and farmlands is indeed a serious security issue that is being attended to with organized farmers whom I've met. Those farmers that I've met, who I will say they are white, they speak Afrikaans, their boer, and what needs to be done. And I'm open, honorable members, together with the opposition in this country, in particular the Vryheids Front, to discuss with them their own fears and concerns, but not only end there, to be part and parcel of our plan of action. Speaker, there were racists in the midst of those who were protesting yesterday, and we need not be apologists. The old flag belonged to the dustbin of history, not in our streets. That is subversion. For anyone to come and demonstrate with chicken audacity with an old racist flag. And I expect Honorable Lekota and all patriots in our country, as much as we support what is happening, what is happening, and that we need to work together, we must be upfront against racists. The truth is that the poor are often the victims of crime, be it in farms, villages, towns, or cities. I want to draw the attention of honorable members to top 20 list murder Africa. These are Nyanga, Inanda, Umlazi, Delft, Khayelitsha, Harare, Philip East, Kraaifontein, Guguletu, KwaMashu East Section, Plessis Liar, Mthatha, Mfuleni, Ivory Park, Bertelsdorp, Lusikisiki, KwaZakhele, Mitchell's Plain, Kagiso and Bishop Levis. Others like Ravensmith, Manenberg and Ivory Park also have alarming numbers. The theme on these areas is that they are of poor and very poor South Africans and often not adequately serviced by their municipalities. I've been to those places, I've met with our people. As we speak, we are in action. Where 18 people were murdered in Marikana, here in the Western Cape. The noticeable thing there is that humans are not supposed to live like that. Our government services our people irrespective of the fact that we lost elections in the Western Cape. We don't play politics with our people. We service our people. I work with Dan Plato here in the Western Cape. I work with everybody who wants to work with in securing our people and make South Africa a safer place. There is no time to waste time. Our common purpose should be about bringing dignity to our people. Last year, we had 19,015 murders, of which 74 were in rural and farm areas. That 74 includes black farm workers and passerbys, white farmers in those farm areas. All matter where common purpose lives. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable members, some of which are committed by some who were masquerading and undermining the topic of the day yesterday, which is an important topic that needs all South Africans to roll up their sleeves and fight the scourge against crime and the murders in our country. Farmers must stop employing illegal immigrants who subsequently turn on them after the abuse on the farms. The short-circuiting of labor laws of this country brings about criminality. We cannot arrest due to perpetrators being foreign and undocumented. I need to emphasize, it is important to protest and you will be protected. But yesterday, for those who closed the roads and ran down the rule of law in this country, next time it will not be an open season. Because our people are saying to me as Minister of Police, when taxi drivers are doing an unlawful act in the streets, you are very soft on them. When white people, and in particular farmers, close down the roads with tractors and graders, you don't do anything against them. I will never allow this country to be polarized by criminal acts. And I want yesterday, we will respond decisively in ensuring that the rule of law prevails in this country. We cannot have the law for others and the law for those whom we don't understand how they understand the law. Many people yesterday protested, and they protested peacefully, and they were protected. And they did that. Some of them gathered in places which we did not have to go to them. They did not disrupt. They sent their message home about what is their cries and how they feel unsafe. And I'm saying, as the Minister of Police and this government, we'll work with them. We'll work with them in the farms. We'll work with them in all areas to ensure that our people are safe. Criminality and murders know no color. South Africa was and remains a class-divided country, with the majority of its people subjected to continued economic oppression, whose roots can be traced back to 1652, when Jan van Riebeeck moored in the Cape. There was clearly no common purpose at this time. Our people's social dignity was removed through lynching, slavery, theft of their property, including land, murder and rape. The law was made to assist in committing these crimes. With this history and its pain and mayhem, the majority of South Africans are required to forge reconciliation with their oppressors, and we will all are required to keep our promise to build a united nation with common vision, a common purpose, and common doctrinal philosophy on at least that which is of national interest. National security is a national interest, a common purpose. President Mandela said, out of an extraordinary human disaster of this republic, it left no national interest or shared national security. And yesterday we saw the social trauma running along racial and class lines. The racial superiority protest we experienced yesterday betrays the reconciliatory hand of the majority of our people. And I want to echo the sentiments of those, black and white, on Twitter and Facebook, everywhere else, who condemned the racist acts that characterized the happenings of yesterday. Some of them came from the benches of the opposition. Some came from our media, those who were brave to condemn the acts of racism. Honorable Lekota, I want to reiterate to you, I don't know which fiction movie you are watching.
Minister.
But
Honorable
what
Minister.
we saw yesterday
Honorable
was
Minister.
the reality that encountered.
Honorable Minister, please
you.
take your seat. Honorable Court.
I want to ask the minister,
Okay.
can he please produce the camera, the photos
Honorable
that they
Order.
took yesterday? Can they produce them? Not now. Can he produce them? Can we get them from his office? Because we have people that have pointed out that those pictures are old pictures. I want those pictures.
Honorable Lekota, take your seat. Honorable Minister.
No. Yes.
Order. Honorable Lekota, don't engage in shouting matches there. Order, please. Honorable members.
Honorable Lekota, your militancy must be directed to the right cause, and that cause is the cause of racism that characterized a noble cause of men and women who took to the streets, majority of them with a firm belief and experience in their communities that they have been murdered. Now, I cannot, as an honorable member of parliament and a minister, come here or in any other platform, post things that are not truthful. And we need to be united. We need to be united in our attack and resolve of people who want
Honourable
to take us.
Speaker,
Yes, what are you raising on?
a funeral of 5
Honorable Carter.
years ago.
I'm switching off your mind. What are you talking about now? Go ahead, Honorable Minister.
Yes, thank you very much. Honorable Deputy Speaker, the question of poverty and inequality need priority attention, and we did not need Thomas Piketty to educate us about the life we live. Speaker, national interest in this chamber is in deficit. We have toxic foreign policy ought to be regarded as specific socio-political areas where we converge and forge a united voice so that we could indeed make this a nation. This unity is crucial for our survival as a people under one flag. I stand here to make an appeal to all political parties represented here and all our social counterparts and stakeholders to join hands with me in the fight against crime in this country. Let us not fight over what we should be uniting against and confronting as a strong united voice. I ask you to join me in the redesigning of a new national crime fighting strategy against crime and restore national security to all our people in common purpose. A common purpose means we should be agreed that crime is essentially a social phenomenon in our country and is also rooted in negative developments in the socio-economic sphere, rapid population growth, influx of economic refugees, accelerated urbanization of South Africa, an increasingly younger and restless population at risk, indeed insufficient economic participation and inequality. Technological industrialization, which is exploited by criminals. Also very importantly, crime in South Africa is driven by constant themes like alcohol abuse, illicit drugs and guns. This contribute heavily on the reported cases. Honorable members, to which political party do we cast the blame for alcoholism in our nation? Common purpose will insist that we stop blaming each other and confront that which is the enemy. Minister Motsoaledi, that South Africa is the 10th most drunkard nation in the world. The minister also informed me that billions of rands go towards attending to injuries sustained from drunken fights between our people. The Minister of Transport, Honorable Maswanganyi, confirms that his biggest issue is alcohol abuse and drug abuse on the roads, which causes many fatalities. Minister Dlamini gets most of the challenges from the abuse of alcohol and drugs. The murder of children and rapes are often associated with drug abuse. Our national interest is on combining our forces to eradicate these naked threats to our national security. We must have common purpose to deal with the high levels of crime in the country and support several practical initiatives such as Operation Festive Season, Operation Paseka, Rural Safety Priority. The successes of FCS and TRT, amongst others, show that the focused and specialized police service is essential. Speaker, honorable members, this past August, months into this job, I introduced a policy on reducing barriers to reporting of gender-based violence. We know that most battered women do not report their abuse. We know more and more of rape victims do not report the dehumanity that visits them. Common purpose is about removing the barriers of reporting these crimes and creating victim-friendly rooms in each of our police stations.
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much.
Wrap up here. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, thank you.
You.